Hello everyone, I'm Yvon Cupé, and I'm very pleased to have in studio the newly elected leader of the opposition, Mr. Michael Ignatieff. Thank you, Yvon, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in Montreal. And what brings you here to Quebec so early in your mandate? I'm here because I want to reconnect with this great people who I've spent the better part of my life seeing from various areas in the world. I've seen Quebecers in London, in Paris, in Boston, everywhere I've gone. I have seen Quebecers and learned to love and appreciate them. I'm also here to promote my new book, which describes my experiences as leader of the opposition. I know I've only been the leader of the opposition for about 48 hours, but I have found that it's enriched my experiences and is worthy of putting down to paper so that other people may learn what it's like.
All right, let's turn to policy now. Do you think that the government should go into a large deficit in order to stimulate the economy?
That's an excellent question. I think that if we're going to go down that path, then we have to be very circumspect about the way that we proceed. On the one hand, we have to look at our options. And at the other hand, we have to look to the future. We can't dwell on where we've already been. We have to look forward to where we're going and also where we're going to go.
People have criticized you for giving non-committal answers to important questions and also for changing your positions as the times suit. What would you say to that?
Well, I agree with you.
You agree with me?
I agree with the fact that you asked the question, which I think is one of the most fundamental properties of any democracy, the ability to ask questions. And I can assure you that as your Prime Minister, I will champion your rights to ask questions. And not only to ask questions, but also to demand answers.
Okay, fair enough, but what do you say to people who say that you have no positions?
I don't think it's correct to characterize my position as having no position whatsoever. I just say that you have to adapt your position to the new realities, whatever those realities happen to be in that immediate 4 or 5 seconds that you're speaking. And if circumstances change in the next 4 or 5 seconds, perhaps by a slightly differently worded question, you should be able to answer in a different way.
Well, I've got to say, even though you make no sense, you're very convincing. Thank you for coming into the studio.
It's been a real pleasure, and I hope to be back to Quebec sometime in the next 4 or 5 years, and we'll talk again.
That was Michael Ignatieff, the new leader of the Liberal Party and the leader of the official opposition in Ottawa. Next up, we'll be talking to a candidate for the leadership of the Action démocratique du Québec. No, we're not going to do that. Nobody cares about that. No one will listen. We'll be right back after this.